Hey guys, welcome to Carnivore Expeditions. I am headed out to grizzly bear country in a couple of weeks to do some backpacking and mountain climbing. But before I go, I want to see if this Federal Premium 147 grain 9mm plus P cartridge will penetrate this 1/4 inch steel plate. Yes, it's a 1/4 inch. All right, guys, before I fire some rounds into this steel plate, I want to tell you a little bit about my upcoming trip. I'm headed out to Wyoming and Montana this summer. I plan to do some backpacking and mountain climbing. Those of you who follow my channel, you know that I'm a prolific backpacker, mountain climber. I also do a lot of cave exploring. So if you like outdoorsy videos, I would invite you to check out my channel. I think you're going to love it. Now, first of all, I am not some trigger-happy redneck who wants to go and shoot a grizzly bear. I hope I don't even see one. This is about my 6th trip going to grizzly bear country. But if you've been watching the news recently, there has been an uptick in grizzly bear attacks. In Glacier National Park alone, I think there have already been 2 grizzly bear attacks this year. Also, there have been a lot of black bear attacks. Even places like Arkansas, places where you never hardly hear about anyone getting attacked by a bear. So I'm not going to be in black bear country, but I am going to be in grizzly bear country. I'm going to be hiking with some buddies, and we are all going to be carrying bear spray. This is going to be our first option. We will be armed, but we're also going to be carrying the bear spray. We're hoping that if we do have a grizzly bear encounter, that we can deter the bear with our bear spray first and foremost. We don't want to shoot a grizzly bear. If we do have to draw our firearms and shoot a grizzly bear, that's going to be a last case option. Before I hit the trail with my friends, I think there's going to be 4 of us. We're going to discuss some scenarios in case we encounter a bear. We are probably going to have a couple of people be sprayers and a couple of people be designated shooters if it goes that far. Hopefully the sprayers will be able to deter the bear before the shooters get involved. I'm going to start out by shooting a practice round into this 1/4 inch steel plate. These are some 9mm 115 grain cartridges. I don't think that these cartridges will make much of an impact or even a good dent on this steel plate. We're going to see. After we test out just a regular 9mm cartridge, then we're going to see what this Federal Premium round will do. This, like I said, it's 147 grain. It has a solid core. And if you can see that it's blue, it may not look blue in the sun out here, but hopefully it does. And this is supposed to have a whole lot of stopping power, which is what you want for a grizzly bear. I am very much aware of the dangers of a ricochet. I'm going to be shooting this 1/4 inch steel plate, but I'm going to be doing it from about 20 feet away. I've got my eye protection in place, got my hearing protection in place. Guys, I'm going to be shooting my Glock 17 9mm today. I carried a firearm professionally for 28 years. I urge you not to just go out and buy a firearm for backpacking or hiking. You should get some professional training and literally fire thousands of rounds before you start carrying a firearm. All right, the first we're going to try is this 9mm Luger 115 grain. These are the rounds that I use to practice with, so we'll see how this does first. All right, I'm 20 feet away. This first round is just going to be the 115 grain practice round. Let's go take a look. This is where the round struck. It hit right there. I can feel a very slight indentation with my finger, and you can see the circle that it made there. The Federal Premium solid core 147 grain cartridge. Let's try out the Federal 147 grain. I could definitely hear more of a ding. Let's go take a look. Okay, here is the original one, and here is the 147 grain. I can feel much more of an indentation there. It still didn't penetrate the steel, but it made much more of a dent than the 115 grain up here. Gonna try it again. All right, I've moved up to about 10 feet away. This is about half the distance I was before. I'm gonna start out by using the 115 grain practice round. Let's take a look. This is the 115 grain practice round from about 10 feet away. It didn't really leave much of a dent. I can tell there's a slight indentation there, and it's not nearly as dented as the 147 grain from 20 feet away. The Federal 147 grain solid core from 10 feet away. Definitely just hear a bigger bang with these. The 147 grain, this was the 115, this is the 147. Could definitely tell it's much more of a dent. It still did not penetrate this steel plate, but I can tell in both places that the 147 definitely made a much bigger dent and has much more stopping power. I'm reasonably happy about the 147 grain Federal solid core rounds that I put in this steel target. They didn't quite penetrate as much as I thought they would, but I could definitely tell they had more stopping power than just the 115 grain. What do you think I should carry when I go out west? Should I just go ahead and grab my 45 or maybe my 44? I'm really trying to keep my weight down as low as possible. I would rather carry the 9mm rather than a heavier firearm, but I also want to be safe at the same time. So let me know in the comments if you could carry a pistol, not a rifle. It has to be a pistol, but if you could carry a pistol in grizzly country, what would it be and what kind of ammo would you bring? Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Thank you for watching. May God bless you, and I hope to see you out there on the trail.